Is that on the chat there?
I'll repost it for you.
Okay.
All right. For YouTube purposes, I'll go over all of them. Welcome to my this seer sister battle. In this game where the villagers have a seer and the werewolves have a seer, they're a mystic seer. If you lose your seer, you lose the game, like on the spot. I had to cut some rolls because I originally had like 21 people and everybody started dropping out, so I'm down to 12 people, 13 people. Let me rename the guild while I'm at it. Gil, you're gonna be number 13. Let me go ahead and force y'all to see. There you go. You should be seeing my view way I'm seeing everybody. Numbers correct. All right, so the sisters are named Ravenna and Freya. Somebody's unmuted. There we go. So Ravenna is on the werewolf team, and Freya is her sister. Freya is on the village team. We will not have the other role conditions like Undertaker or Time Master because we didn't get enough players for that. Alrighty. We're doing the regular 3 nominations or on a timer. I use a timer instead of like saying I need a nomination. I like you guys to just play it out and talk about without me interrupting. And also less chance of me ruining anything for somebody. You can always ask me like rules questions or whatever if it's not really covered. Let's see. For defense, you're gonna get 2 minutes. First minute is for defense. Second minute is for like anybody wants to ask the defendant questions and only the defendant. You do not talk during their defenses. Let's see. If you get dealt a roll that only has an action you only do once, I'm not going to call you at night. So let's say if the priest is in the game, right? The priest gets a one-time use to give somebody an extra life for any kill. I'm not going to call you every night. It's up to you if you want to use that power before you go to sleep, and you just message me directly. It prevents me to keep calling the priest after they use the thing every night, so it cuts down on nighttime. That makes sense. All right. So that's any villager or character that has a one-time ability. So like the Wicked Witch, the custom character I'll get to, has a one-time ability, so I'm not going to call the Wicked Witch every night. The attributes is the cursed. So the person may or may not know they're cursed. So if they're talking about werewolves, they wake up the next day as a werewolf. Pallbearer would be an attribute, but we're not playing the Undertaker, so no point is going over that. So, all right, let's go over villager roles. Of course, you have the villager. All he does is wake up and go to sleep, and they're trying to find werewolves. They don't have any special abilities. Freya, each night you choose a player, you learn their exact role. If they point to Ravenna, though, her sister, she'll get a false reading, and it's a predetermined role that I show. So I won't tell you it's Ravenna. I tell you it's a different role, whatever role I've decided to show you. Freya, who has an extra life from nighttime kills, but can be killed as normal nomination. Even if she has her second life for nighttime, she can still be killed normally during the day. If Freya dies, the village team loses. Now, Huntsman is a new character I've added to this game. The Huntsman, I will wake them up every night and let them know if Freya is dying that night. And then the Huntsman can sacrifice themselves instead of Freya dying. And when the Huntsman dies, he gets to shoot somebody. He will not know who Freya is. I'll just let him know if Freya is dying that night or not. The bodyguard wakes up each night. Everybody knows how the bodyguard works. Protect somebody. Cannot protect 2 people or the same person 2 nights in a row. The count may be in the game. If everybody played yesterday, the count is told how many werewolves on each side of the village. Doppelganger, the first night, will wake up. So same thing the first night. So when I deal your role, if you get Doppelganger, you just let me know which player you want to take over that role. So basically you choose a player in the village. When that player dies, you take that role. Disease, if you're eliminated by werewolves, the werewolves do not get to eliminate anybody the next night. Old hag. My old hag is a slightly powerful old hag. The old hag is first on the call list. Whoever they choose that night are taken immediately out of the village. So if the wolves try to target that person, no kill. If it's a role that has a power, they don't get to use their power because they're not there. So that kind of acts like a second bodyguard. But like the negative part is, so like they send Freya out, Freya's not going to be able to use her ability. Hunter, if you're eliminated, you take out another player. The mayor, your vote counts twice. The priest, as I said before, you have one-time ability through the game. You can give somebody an extra life to any death. You have the tough guy. If the wolves target the tough guy, you're not limited to the next night. We have the mad bomber. If you're eliminated, you take out the two people to your left or your right. And then you have Bloody Mary, which is your freebie. I'm not going to have Bloody Mary in this game. There's no point. It's only 12 people. That's your freebie. Spellcaster, each night you choose a player to be silenced the next day. They cannot talk. Witch, you may save or eliminate one player each night. So how we've been playing the Witch, somebody started before I joined the Facebook group where they know the target and have the options to save them. Well, in the rules book, it doesn't say that. It's very vague on how she uses her heal potion. So I was telling Josh when he first joined. So how am I going to do it? The Witch is going to leave her heal potion to anybody in the village. If for some reason that person is targeted, that person's going to drink that healing potion and stay alive. And each night she gets the heal potion back if that person doesn't die. So basically, every night she wakes up and chooses somebody to give her healing potion to. If they do not die, she gets that healing potion back. So she keeps doing it until it's used. That makes sense.
So she's just giving it back and forth every night, and then when someone, she doesn't know who's targeted, right?
Yeah, she does not know who's targeted. That's what made her
She would only know that if someone dies.
Correct. If that
when the healing potion is used and they don't get it back, right?
Functionally equivalent to a bodyguard that can only save someone once.
Yeah.
Can the old hag give it to herself, or does it have to be somebody else every time? Or not the old hag, the witch.
She can give it herself.
Okay.
It's not, and I'm not limited to like back to back because it's only one-time use.
So the witch can can keep giving it to herself until she trusts somebody else if she hasn't used it ever.
But that's what she wants to do. And then the kill potion will work as normal. So. That makes sense. I'm making it so she doesn't know the target, so it makes her less as powerful.
And her potion would only be used if the bodyguard didn't successfully save the person. So if she saved the same person as the bodyguard, she wouldn't lose her potion, correct?
Correct.
Excellent.
And with the doppelganger, if the doppelganger copies one of the sisters, does it take over for the sister if they die, or is it still immediate end? Oh, okay.
Yes. As soon as they die, they take that role. They become that role. Let's see. PI I added last night. So once per game, you choose a person. You learn if that person or either their neighbors are werewolves. And that's it for the villager roles. Keep in mind, not all these roles are in the game. These are just possibilities. So y'all can talk about what you might think is in their game. For werewolves roles, you have the regular werewolf, wakes up, kills somebody at night, doesn't have any extra powers or abilities. You wake up with all the werewolves the first night. Ravenna, each night, each player will learn there is that role, just like Freya. They're just like a mystic seer. And when they see Freya, they get a false role. Werewolves lose the game if Ravenna dies. Along with Ravenna, her extra ability, she gets one kill shot at night. Just once. And it's not over and over. So, and if they try, I kind of messed up on this in the last game. So if they try to shoot somebody that was taken out of the village, they'll lose their shot. So if they say they're trying to target Blake, but Blake was sent out by the old hag, Ravenna loses her shot. All right, the Wicked Witch. Wicked Witch has a voodoo doll that resembles Ravenna to protect her from a one-time day kill. So if Ravenna dies or gets targeted for elimination, she will not die, but the voodoo doll will be destroyed and she'll no longer have that protection. Also with the Wicked Witch, you have once per game to choose somebody and that person will die 1 to 4 days later. I'll roll a 4-sided die for that. So you message, it's one of those one-time abilities. You have to message me at night who you want to target with that. And Wicked Witch is not a werewolf. So if the Wicked Witch is killed, I would not say they're on the werewolf team. I just say if there's a villager or a werewolf. So if she dies, I'll just say a villager.
If the Wicked Witch dies, does that get rid of the voodoo doll?
Yes.
So Ravenna only has 1 life at that point? Okay.
Yeah, she's carrying the voodoo doll, so if Wicked Witch dies, so does the voodoo doll.
And the Wicked Witch doesn't know who the werewolves are then?
No.
If she isn't one? She's just on their team?
Yep. But she wouldn't, I didn't write it in here, but she cannot be killed by the werewolves. So if the werewolves target her, she will not die.
Is Ravenna a werewolf?
No.
Do the werewolves know who she is?
I was going to get to that. So
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
So the first night when I wake up the werewolves for the meet and greet, I will show them who Ravenna is so they don't accidentally vote her out during the day. That's kind of one of the lessons learned from the first time running this game. So when the werewolves wake up at night, I'll show them who Ravenna is. And like I said, Wicked Witch cannot be killed by the werewolves. They target her. They will not know who the Wicked Witch is. All right, the Wolf Cub, that basic. So if the Wolf Cub dies during the day, the werewolves get 2 kills the following night. We got the Wolf Hunter. If the Wolf Hunter dies, gets to take somebody with them. Wolverine. If Wolverine is closest to the target, you'll hear this sound. I have sound effects too, so you'll hear this sound. The village will hear that sound if he's the closest to the werewolf's target. You have the Alpha Wolf. If once per day, after a werewolf is killed, you can turn the next target to a werewolf. Tough Wolf has 2 lives. You have the Big Bad Wolf. Each night will wake the other werewolves. If they're still in the game, they will eliminate 2 adjacent players instead. Dream Wolf is a werewolf, but does not wake up till a werewolf has been killed. And then last but not least is Sorceress. If she's in the game, she waits 6 nights trying to find Freya.
Welcome everybody to Dreamingville. First time players, welcome. In today's game, Jugan has been killed by breaking up a fight between Ravenna and Freya. Your job is to finish this war and bring peace to Juganville once again.
First night, as always, we have a meet and greet with the werewolves. All my werewolves wake up. Wave at each other. Alright, think your werewolves go to sleep. Sister's pretty powerful, so I'll let them have their first look tonight. So let me go ahead and get Freya to wake up. Freya, who do you want to look at first? Alrighty, thank you, Freya. Go to sleep. Ravenna, wake up. Who do you want to look at? And no, Ravenna, you do not get your second ability tonight, so you do not get to kill anybody tonight because it's the first night. Because that'd be me. Great news, everybody. Everybody slept soundly. Y'all had made it for breakfast. Everybody showed up to breakfast, so there was no kills last night. The day is yours.
Abdul, this is your first game with us, right?
Sorry, was that for Gil or was that?
It's for Abdul.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I
Abdul.
didn't hear
I'm
it
sorry,
at
I thought you
first.
said Gil, and I was like, sorry.
And then from context was like, no, that has to be me.
Yeah. But this is your first game with us, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it is.
Okay, I nominate Sasha.
That's your,
Is that a real nomination?
It is a real nomination. I'll get back to you, Abdul, but I was stolen in my nomination of Sasha yesterday.
I got one for Sasha. Do we have a second?
Sure.
So I got
A
two.
second.
I got two.
Hi.
Off to the races.
It's cool.
angry villager.
What was that?
Races.
Come on, Josh.
Alrighty. Josh, what's your reasoning? Unmute yourself.
Because Sasha is a newer player, and I was stolen of my chance to put her on the chopping block first round yesterday. So why should Sasha stay living?
All right. And Paul, what's your reasoning? Unmute yourself, Josh.
Just to support Josh's plan, I know he likes to nominate new players early just to get them a chance to talk, because a lot of times they don't talk, saying that people don't let them. And he did really want to nominate Sasha yesterday, and he never had the chance to, so I'll let him.
All right, Paul. First minute's yours, Sasha, for your defense, and then the last minute's questions for you.
Okay, so not werewolf on the village team. Just like yesterday, I think I proved yesterday that I'm allergic to werewolves. I wasn't even in the same neighborhood. So haven't done anything. I hope to be too suspicious yet. I know I'm really good now because I have my whole one game. So I know people are pretty worried, but nothing to be afraid of over here.
All right. If you're going to
I'm-
use
I'm
before
done.
going to questions, sorry, anybody can ask the defendant questions only.
Do you have a role?
I don't want to say right now. I'm not sure if it's good or not to say, so I'm gonna keep that to myself for right now.
Any more questions for the defendant? Usually this is about the time somebody asks.
Do you think Josh's move is suspicious, Sasha? Personally, do you think
it
that?
feels like it. I don't know what I possibly did, so it seems to me suspicious. In 1 second.
Does that all the time? Just have that in mind. So yeah.
Yeah, usually about the time somebody asks what's your favorite sandwich or something. So if we're done with the questions, I'll go and go to nomination or voting. All right, I guess we're done. No more questions. We're going to vote on Sasha's life. Up to save, down to kill. We have 12 people. No, sorry, we have 13. So we need 8 to kill. Is my math correct? I don't think we are. So 3, 2, 1. So only one down. Gil wants to kill her.
I mean up. I made
Okay,
a
I'll let you change
I
it up.
just
So it's unanimous up. All right.
I just I felt bad that I put it down and put it up after.
All right. Rest day is yours.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out what I did to kill so fast. I was like, it's been 1 second. What did I do?
I was playing Blood on the Clock Tower for a second there. I was trying.
Survived my first nomination now. I'm in the club maybe.
Well, okay, fine.
Now we have 2 real nominations left. Like,
no, see, I didn't like any of what I just saw. I'm not saying any of those people were werewolves, but I think when we have 10 minutes on the clock, burning a nomination like that, Josh and Paul, does not make sense to me. You could have just asked her to speak. And I also didn't like Graham asking her if she had a role. I think the first nomination, asking her if she has a role, and she basically came out. So now you've made her a target. I'm not a fan of any of what just happened. But that's it.
I'll certainly agree. I didn't like Graham I didn't like Graham asking for the role, but I have found that newer players need at least 1, maybe 2 actual, their life is on the line defenses before they get better at them.
And to be fair, we usually don't run that. We usually don't get all 3 nominations anyway because we ran out of time and we're like, oh, 2 minutes left and we still have 3 nominations to make. So use one now. Why not?
Yeah.
I'd like to understand if the point is for them to be put in a position where they feel like their life is on the line and they're nervous, then asking them if they have a role might actually accomplish that. Just having them chat so we can all give a thumbs up doesn't do anything.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying they have to say nothing or tell funny stories, but they can share suspicions. I know it's 10 seconds in. That's why I wouldn't have nominated her in the first place. But you don't have to tell whether you have a role when you're the first nomination of a day. So I said I'm not sure any of those people are werewolves. I'm throwing everything out there.
Goes against my nature to agree with Blake, but I kind of see his point of view though. It's because it's the first day, right? So every little thing is something that you have to watch for. That's how you catch up people on.
Well, the problem is we have nothing. Only the sisters woke up, the werewolves woke up, so we don't even know which roles might woke up or might be in the game. Since we're 13 people, maybe we should speculate about the number of the wolves, 3 or 4 or something.
Definitely not 4. That would be way too many.
Yeah, 3 and then a cursed maybe. I would say that. I'm like something like that. 3.5.
You said 3. Does that mean there were 2 other people you saw when you woke up?
Yeah. So 2 other people, and I'm thinking the cursed. Just try to stay in the game, okay?
Or who are the 2 other people?
No, Graham. I'm speculating, as I said.
No, not you, Daniel. Not you. No, Abdul. As soon as you asked, he put up 3, very confidently.
No. I guess he's counting. He's guessing.
Making the same kind of guesses as everyone else.
But then there's also Ravenna, who is on the wolf team but doesn't count as a wolf to wake up with the wolves. So,
And maybe a wicked witch, right?
Right, who would also not wake up with the wolves.
Or sorceress.
So it's possible only one wolf woke up with all these other werewolf, non-wolf roles.
Well, it may be important because we got so lucky yesterday with the count being in the game. Does someone want to claim the count?
The first night. What does first night? This is a rules
I didn't
question
even
for
know
Jugan.
there's a count in the game.
It could be.
That's why I want to ask Jugan. First night. What does first night mean? Night 0 or first night, like next night?
Are you talking about like people like Doppelganger and Account learned their first night?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
When I was sending the roll, like for the count, I was sending the count. I send them their account, and I'll already immediately tell them who's
in chat.
He said account. He said
Okay.
account to the count.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's in chat, right? And the doppelganger should have been communicating with you in the chat as well, right?
I want everybody to check their messages real quick. I forgot to do one thing for the werewolves is let them know who Ravenna is last night. So I sent it to you in the chat.
Okay.
So everybody
Okay.
just check your chat.
Okay, now I'm watching you guys. Come on, let me see who's checking the chat. Okay, yeah, I got you all. Yeah, I got my. Okay, I got my suspicions, guys. I know my werewolves.
Said everyone checked the chat, and then you said I'm sending something for the werewolves, and then Sean checked his chat because I can see it in your glasses.
I actually looked at. I got a text on my watch. Is what I was looking at actually.
Yeah. You say that. Say that. Like there's a little bit of light in the glasses, but also you can see your eyes moving as you read. You were definitely reading something.
Yes, I just got a text on my watch. Is what I'm saying.
Which is why you would be reading like this, not like that. You were reading that. That looks like a chat.
I trust Flick on this.
But that's weird because I was looking at my chat too. Why didn't you pick me?
I was looking at the chat
because I was focusing on Sean because he was quite obvious.
Guys, don't meta this. Come on, it's not fair. I was looking at my chat just to look at the chat when Jugan said that. Come on.
Look at that when he said to look at John.
I don't know. I'm not very suspicious of people defending Sean.
No, I'm not defending anybody. I'm just saying don't meta it. You can continue.
That isn't a meta. Sean was reading what
okay,
looks
I'm nominating
like
Sean.
I got one for
Is
Sean.
that enough for you, Flick?
I got one for Sean.
I'll second.
Okay.
All right.
Let's get over with it. Come on. Or it's going to be the whole game talking about that.
I will tell you exactly what happened.
All right. I heard Flit's reasoning. So Daniel, are you on the same reasoning?
We're going to lose the whole game going about it if we don't do it what Flick wants to do it now, right? So let's give the time for Sean to speak.
All right, Sean, what's your defense?
Well, since the accusation is purely around me reading something, I'll tell you, if I get a text in Zoom, it pops up in the foreground of my screen and I read it right there. I don't actually open up the chat window. I got a text message, and so I look down at my watch. You're right. What I try to do to make it not obvious, I bring my arm up like this. You can probably see the reflection because there is a light there. And I was reading the text that I just got from some coworkers. So that is what happened at that moment. I'm on the village team. Vote how you want.
Any questions now? You and use your 22 seconds left.
Sean, do you have a beverage nearby that you could take a drink of?
Yes, I do. Anybody else want me to take another drink? I'm happy to do that.
That's suspicious, right, Josh?
No, I want you to give me a drink.
I'm not going to say it. Not going to say it.
Are you seeing reflections in my drink that I don't know?
Nope. I'm looking at your entire body.
Wow. That's a power.
From here up?
Should we leave?
I think you've got a tail.
Okay.
Oh my God. You're done, Sean. I think.
I know. I don't know what to do.
I'm sorry.
I have a question for
It's
Sean.
unfair. Come on.
Sean, next game. I'm available.
Sean, do you think your tell has revealed to Josh that you are a werewolf or that you're a villager?
I have no idea what he's going to suspect from me. I am a villager, so he's going to read whatever he wants. So.
And most of the times I get good reads on people, but I don't know what Josh sees in Sean though.
Do you want me to tell you what your tail is?
I'm sorry, we're out of time in courtroom today. And now we're going to move to Sean's voting on Sean's life. We need 7 votes down to kill. If we kill, we go straight to sleep. If we do not, we have one more nomination for today. 3, 2, 1. It's super close. You're still alive, Sean.
I want it stated now that I believe Sean is a werewolf, and when it turns out that Sean is a werewolf, I will be vindicated, and you're going to regret that vote.
I don't mean I don't believe you. I just don't. I'm not suspicious of him yet.
What I'm saying is, if you are a werewolf and someone says check your chat, and it's like whoever.
But that's funny because that's what I was saying.
You don't need to check it immediately because everybody's watching to see who goes immediately to check. Because it was specifically said that it's for the werewolves after it was announced. Because I was like, oh, I'll check. And then it was like, oh, it's for the werewolves. I went, I don't need to check. So I watched who was checking. You checked.
I did not check my chat. You saw me look at my watch.
I checked mine.
Then you clarified because I nearly checked. And then you clarified it was werewolves. So I went, oh, it's not even me. I was like, I don't need to check. It's fine.
We've got just over 2 minutes. Let's either move on or nominate him again.
Maybe Daniel's right. Maybe we should have killed to go away
So
from this.
I'll quickly explain. I actually do think he's a werewolf, but I feel like I said this every game, but now I'm more suspicious of Daniel, only because he does defend werewolves when he is a werewolf, which he did, and then he quickly nominated and said, oh, well, let's just whatever. To me, it was to get some good graces on his side.
Oh, Daniel's on my list as well.
Did you see my vote though? Did you see my vote, Blake?
But you would know if he's the super bad person or not. So if he's just a werewolf, maybe it's fine throwing him under the bus. So that's it. I'm just stating my.
I don't want to nominate anybody. I just want to heard from Balaz and Barbie without nominating them because it's like the last nomination. So I just like pretend I nominate you just so you say something so we can hear.
Idea, but keep in mind we only have about a minute left.
Yeah.
We have a minute left, so.
Sean, answering my earlier question, do you want me to tell you what your tell is?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll put it in the Discord once I die, because if you're a werewolf, I think you're going to quickly kill me. So,
So Barbie or Balash?
I'm a villager. I honestly didn't see the thing with Sean, but I think that at this point we have to probably kill him just to move on from the subject matter itself. So that's a little bit where I'm at. Honestly, I don't have much written down yet because I feel other than that, nothing has happened yet. And now I'm going to shut up.
I felt bad because that's how I die on the first night every time.
A question for Blake. You said you're suspicious of Daniel and Sean. Who are you more suspicious of?
Well, if Daniel is a wolf, I think he's a more dangerous wolf than Sean, and that's why he was willing to throw him under the bus. So that's
20 seconds.
But I think the Sean thing, that unfortunately, I'm kind of with Josh about the tell, but
I nominate Sean.
I got one for Sean.
Do we have to kill?
Josh seconds.
There's no role that
should kill
forces us to, but we probably
absolutely you should kill.
So I got 2 for Sean. Again. So Jerry, and then who?
I don't feel good about this.
Who seconded? Josh. Alrighty.
Purely for time. The only reason I nominate.
Alrighty. Jerry, give your reasoning because you did it first.
20 seconds on the clock. That's the only reason.
sorry, I said I was going to put it in Discord. Sean, when you're nervous, you swallow. I saw it in the last game when you got down to you, Alex, and someone else, and I noticed it then.
Jerry, thanks for saving me, Jerry. Thank you.
I've got in trouble.
Alrighty. Sean, once again, defend yourself, buddy.
I don't know what to say. I can't say whether or not I did swallow before. You asked me to take a drink, and yes, I did swallow when I took a drink. So I don't know. You guys need to kill me though, or this is going to eat up the entire game. So good luck, villagers.
Any questions for Sean? Any final questions?
Who are your suspicions?
I really don't have any. Like, there's people that are acting weird, reading in, like, a Flick coming after me like that. That seems suspicious to me, but that's probably the only one that I would really call out at this point. I do appreciate Daniel sticking up for me. So, for whatever that's worth, thanks, Daniel.
No problem, Sean. It's not a fair meta thing that happened, but yeah.
And I can tell you, I'm not lying. I checked my watch. That's exactly what happened.
Hope I'm sticking up for a villager as well. So let's see.
Oh. Yeah, Blake.
Yeah. Do you have a role? Now I think is the time to come out with that. The third nom, you're likely going to die unless you have something.
Yeah, I'm going to die.
Alrighty, I'm gonna mute everybody. Again, need 7 to kill. 3, 2, 1. Oh. 7, 8, 9. Sean, how do you want to die? Change it up today.
By chat.
You bring him down to the guillotines. You strap him in a chair and just start yelling at him till his eardrums explode from the outside, guts pouring out his ears, and he falls dead. As he's falling dead, he morphs into a werewolf. You cured yourself a werewolf. Go to sleep. Blick is evil in this game, man. I said everybody wake up. I mean, I said everybody check their chat. And then, just rude. Anyway. Let me get my old hag to wake up. Old hag. Who do you want to send out of the village tonight? Think old hag. Go to sleep. Let me get my witch to wake up. My witch. First off, who you want to leave your potion with tonight? You went and dropped the ball off just in case, you know. All right, thank you. Do you want to use your kill potion tonight? If so, who? Think you witch go to sleep. My wolves, all my wolves, wake up. Just to clarify, this person's Ravenna. Totally forgot to do that first night. Who do you want to munch on tonight? I think you will go to sleep. Ravenna, wake on up. Ravenna, who do you want to look at tonight? All right, thank you. Ravenna, do you want to use your second power tonight? Thank you, Ravenna, go to sleep. Let me get the huntsman. The huntsman, wake up. Let me tell you something. Thank you, huntsman, go to sleep. Freya, wake on up. Who you want to look at tonight? All right, let me tell you what happened last night. Barbary, you decided to go to the Guami village and visit the bots, and you had to repair some stuff on their bots, so we'll see you tonight. And Gil and Sasha, you heard screams coming from your neighbor last night. You run over and check. Jerry's house has been busted in, brutally murdered, body parts everywhere, blood in the streets. You're horrified by this experience. Thank you, Jerry, for playing. And that is it.
What happened to Barbie? I missed that. Oh, she got sent out.
Old hagged.
Okay.
Balaj and Daniel, you voted up for Sean.
Yep.
Daniel, I think I understand why you did. I don't understand why Balaj did.
I figured that he will be dead, so. I just voted the way I wanted. That's all.
I voted up too. I felt bad how that he got called out, and I didn't think he was a werewolf. I was wrong,
Yeah,
but
I almost voted up. Like I made my decision right when he said 1 because I was wavering because
I'm glad he's a werewolf.
He looked at his watch and all that, but I wasn't sure about the tell.
No, he swallows. He involuntarily swallows. Like I said, I noticed it last game. I know I've said this before. You've got to look at the entire person
very
on screen.
weird thing. I'm not sure where you come up with that.
To be honest, I think that whole conversation about the tail and everything, and you do this, you do that. I think Josh is on my top, the top of my list. Actually, I think he's a werewolf. That's my read for Josh being super aggressive, overly saying that he was the one who found Josh and he's telling everything. I mean, Sean and he's telling everything. So just kind of thinking he's a werewolf.
Well, Flick went after Sean first, I believe, and Josh.
Yeah, Flick does that. For Flick was nothing weird. Josh is aggressive, but now this
but
day,
somehow I'm too aggressive in this game.
In this game, yeah. Especially when we woke up now, we know about what happened, right? Why are you asking me and Balazs and specifically and not Jill, for example? Why
I missed Jill. I missed Jill.
Okay.
I didn't because I noticed that Daniel, Gil, and Balazs, and I had wondered because I did wonder about Gil voting down on Sasha.
Oh no, I didn't vote down. I vote up on Sasha. I even told Jürgen.
We had 9 votes
I
down.
did.
So
I did.
4
I even
up.
asked Jürgen about my vote. I said I put my finger down, but it was up.
I think that was another.
I spotted that.
That was because Jill knows how to play the game. It's just another.
Yeah, it's just that I've been playing so many Blood on the Clock Tower that I got switched on
See,
where we were.
I get that, but as soon as
that's fine. That's fine.
Or muddled, it's usually a sign that I'm maybe juggling too many balls in the air, and maybe I'm playing a different role. So that's all I'm saying.
I have legitimately voted down on someone before too, just because my mind went blank for a moment. So I can understand that.
I don't have to be suspicious of him just because you are.
It doesn't, no.
Yeah.
It doesn't, and the voting was interesting, especially given that it's the final vote, round 1. As a rule, that person tends to die, and for so many people to not vote that way.
I know he was dead. I know he was dead. I could have voted down because he was dead for sure. I vote in my head. I don't have to explain my thought. My thought was I didn't think he was bad.
Questioned about it.
That's fine. I just don't think he was bad at the time. I don't have to vote with everybody. Because he died in a way that I always die when I'm a villager. Like somebody picked some weird thing out of the air. That's why I just thought it was unfair to him.
It wasn't a weird thing. It was quite literally that Jürgen said, check your chat, then went, oh, it's for werewolves. And then
we were all told to check my chat. I checked my chat and pretend to read.
Was it? I was going
That's
to.
what's told by Jürgen.
And I went, oh, that's not me. I don't need to check the chat. Because you also did look like you were checking the chat. But I was paying more attention to Sean because it was very obvious that Sean was checking the chat.
I thought the reason we killed Sean was so we could talk about something else.
It was.
Well, then I can.
But we were talking about Gil.
We're talking about the voting on Sean when we know the what happened. I'm sorry, I overspoke on Blake's. You wanted something to say. I'll just retract. Go ahead, Blake.
Yeah, I was trying to move along and modify my suspicion. So I'm actually not suspicious of Josh after that because he wasn't piling on the Flick thing. He got a read off of Sean's defense, which I also kind of got. And actually, I trust Paul a little bit more now. Daniel, you're still up there.
That's fine. It's fine. Just when I die, if I die, do not get your attention off of Josh. Okay? Do not do that. That's my message. And if you want to do it, you can do it. Just nominate me. I'll give you my defense and see what you think about my defense. Okay? That's all I can say and ask of the village. That's it.
I want to hear from both Abdul and Sasha. Any order.
Okay, I'll go first. I think I'm still a little bit suspicious of Graham trying to get rolls out so early. I don't know if that's normal or not, but it feels like maybe if you're on the werewolf team, trying to find rolls early makes more sense than on the village team. So I think that's someone I'm a little bit suspicious of, but I don't know if that, again, I don't know if that's a normal thing or not.
I can respond, but I'll let Abdul speak first.
I've got a couple of suspicions, but I'm going to sit on them for now. And of course, you know, I'm a villager. Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry if I'm interrupting, Abdul. You can continue speaking what you were saying, but I just to lay it out there. If you have suspicions, you can never be sure that you're not going to be dying, and if you have something to help us with, it's good to voice it out, whatever that means, whoever that is. So
for the new players, I'll post the link for the Discord for dead people. Y'all want to talk? Again,
you don't have to do it. You might have a reason not to do it, so you don't have to do it. Just saying.
No, I'd prefer to reach it's a sort of niggling suspicion rather than a firmer one.
Okay. But it could be right. It could be right. So I'm with Daniel on this. Just come out with it, because the worst thing is to be killed and then be like, oh, I should have just said my suspicion.
All right.
So, even if you're wrong.
I'm a little bit suspicious of both Daniel and Gil.
Sure.
I think that thumb is going to kill you.
We are the usual suspects, though.
I'm going to die, and you guys are going to figure out that that was a mistake.
So I will say that with Daniel can sometimes come across as a werewolf even when they're playing a villager, because they tend to play a werewolf more often than not, at least in a lot of the games I've been in. However, I think the last game I gave you the benefit of the doubt and it worked out in my favor, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's this time. Between the two of them, I would be leaning more towards Gil being on the bad team than Daniel, just because sometimes Daniel plays like this. And I think you have kind of got a werewolf mindset now from having been a werewolf so often that sometimes it leaks over into your play.
See, I more and more I have a hard time to be myself, because I don't understand what I do wrong for people to be so suspicious of me.
I think for me it started with what looked like the wrong vote, and I understand that could have been a confusion thing, right? But I
unmuted myself right away and told Jugan it was up. But that's fine. I don't want to go back there because we're killing time. I don't want to do that.
No,
okay,
I know.
Can Graham defend himself now?
Yeah, Graham.
I mean, I guess Sasha was sitting there. Jugan asked for questions. Nobody said anything. I figured we need to ask some question. Asking her suspicions 10 seconds into the game made no sense whatsoever. I could have asked her, are you on the village team? That's a simple yes or no. The only other question I thought of was, do you have a role? To Sasha's credit, she responded well, because I don't know from her response whether she has a role, what team she's on. So I don't.
What is your suspicions? What's your suspicions, Graham?
My suspicions right now. I was following Josh's suspicious. Blake defending him was kind of suspicious to me. I can never read Daniel. That's a tough one.
That's fine. You can say my name. I'm not going to get mad.
I honestly hadn't paid much attention. I wouldn't say that you're on my list or anywhere near the top of it. But.
Say my name. Say my name.
So Blake and Daniel, is that what you said?
No, I said Blake and Josh.
Blake and Josh.
On the Josh train, I just want to add here, if anybody doesn't have anything to say, I just want to add that from the beginning of the game, he's like leaning the attention towards one, then another, or jumping on trains. When Flick goes against Sean, he goes again. That's something that I do when I'm a werewolf, so I have to say that. And again, I'm sorry that I'm against Josh again in this game. I want to be with him in a game, but That doesn't happen to us, Josh. I'm sorry, dude.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm ignoring you for now, Daniel.
Yeah,
But,
thank you.
I mean,
That's the best way.
but
to
we
do
have
it.
3.5 minutes. I think we should probably get at least one nomination in quickly.
I was wondering if Flick was going to call Josh on his slip of the tongue. You said minion. Does that mean you're a werewolf? How many minions do you have?
No, I said minute.
I heard that as well. So, just saying.
It did sound like minions.
Pardon me, I do slur my
Ravenna?
words sometimes. It is unintentional.
No, I know. All I'm going to say.
And I don't want to
when
go too far
I
on
make
this.
a mistake or I get confused, I am automatically crucified as a werewolf. So, going by that logic, you make a mistake, I'm taking a note.
Okay.
That's all.
Quickly.
I will remember that when I play with you. So if you
Yeah,
make a
but that's the thing. It's used constantly against me. So if it's apparently a tell, and it's a tell for me, even though half the time I don't know what I'm doing, I just go on gut instinct. But if it is, that is potentially a tell for other people, because what I find if you are playing something other than villager, you tend to be juggling a couple of different hats because you're trying to be deceptive, and so sometimes things slip.
Okay, just quickly to respond. So my defending of Josh was only because he killed a werewolf or threw a werewolf under the bus. So to me, to do that day one, if he noticed something about Sean, he didn't have to point it out. He could have just said nothing. So that's why I tend to think he's more good than bad. And Graham, I'm not surprised. I'm suspicious to you because you've been one of my suspicions from day one. So
fair enough.
Yeah, and Graham tends to be suspicious, though. Sorry, but you do when we're playing.
Well, and when I gave my reason for suspecting Graham, he like rolled his eyes, and it could have been like "you're so wrong" eye roll, or it could have been a "you caught me" eye roll. I don't know which one it was.
If you want an answer from him, nominate him. We have a minute and a half.
I'll nominate Josh.
I got one for Josh. Do I have a second?
I mean,
Good, guys, let's hear him. It's the first nomination. Let's hear
I don't want to
the
put on the
defense.
block last. So, is this our last vote? Then I'll second.
No, this is our first vote.
It's the first.
We're the
That's why.
first vote yet, yeah.
So is
Nobody's
that official, is that official second, Graham?
No.
Oh.
Okay.
All right, I'm taking that away, so nobody seconded.
Okay. I like it. I gotta say I did it because he's power playing it. That's why I did it. Before he says anything, I'm nominating. Leading it again. Sorry, I mean, I was defending in a way, but hey.
Yeah, we are running out of time, so
Yeah.
if someone wants to just nominate.
Okay, I'll nominate myself. Let's start with it. Okay, it's 30 seconds,
You're
guys.
allowed to do that.
I'll second it.
All right.
I think we are in Jugon's games. That's
Yeah,
why.
you can nominate
yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
You just, if you're the first nomination, you just can't be the nomination for the second nomination.
Okay.
All right. So Paul is seconded. Daniel, I assume you want to stop the time. Paul, you want to stop the time? All right.
Yeah.
We're just going straight in your defense then. So,
Yeah.
hold on. I want to make sure I give you the floor. Go ahead.
So I'll use only 15 to 20 seconds for my defense, so you can, or 30, so you can ask me questions, try to clear out, if I can clear out that I'm on the good team. Okay, so I was trying to be righteous about Sean. I really was. And I thought he was a werewolf, actually, but I was trying to be righteous. And I'm getting the patterns of connected stuff that's happening, that Josh is leading the game as a werewolf, wanting to kill people. The killing of Sean, since Flick was super onto him, is just to be able to clear himself, maybe, in his head. I do that as a werewolf, when I'm a werewolf, and I cannot think otherwise. So I was just righteous, and I'm on the village team. Go ahead and with the questions, if I can help defend myself. Go ahead.
I mean, this is essentially just backing up what you said. But Daniel, wouldn't you say it makes sense as a werewolf once you know Flick has latched onto somebody?
Yeah.
If you know they're going to die anyway,
Exactly
you might
my point. Yeah.
yourself look good by throwing them.
That's why Josh went on my list. Yes.
Any more questions?
And me not dying as well. Me not dying as well. Needs to mean something, right? I was suspicious to Blake. I was left alone.
All right. Do we have any more questions? All right. All right. So we need currently 6 votes to kill Daniel. 3, 2, 1. Two votes to kill Daniel. That is not enough.
I don't mind responding, but
We will run out of time, so
I'll nominate Josh.
I'll second. Because I think we can get a third one in.
Alrighty. All right, Josh, I'm assuming you want to stop the time for nominating yourself?
Blake? I didn't nominate.
Blake, would you?
I did the nomination, but it was to stop the time, and I think a lot of people are suspicious of Josh, so this could be the kill vote. It might be, it might not be. I don't know.
Alrighty. All right, Josh, unmute yourself and Finn.
No, I understand a lot of the suspicion on me, but I think it's coming from mostly Daniel. I'm not playing any differently than I normally do, especially as a villager. I mean, I have thought for a while now that Sean's tell was that he nervously swallows. That's why I picked up on. He did it right before he gave his defense, and then as soon as Jerry said I nominate Sean for the second time, he swallowed again. So that's what I picked up on. That's why I thought he was a werewolf, and I was right about it. So he'll have to work on that between games and all that. I'm suspicious of Daniel right now. Less so on Graham, but I understand where he's coming from. And this is what I'll say about like the entire like throw one werewolf under the bus. I totally understand that's how I have played before as a werewolf, but
you're out of time now. Time for questions.
Okay, Daniel.
Do you have any suspicions of who might Ravenna be?
Sorry, Ravenna? Oh, no. I had to think about that because I'm not really thinking of much of the roles. I'm just a normal villager. In a game with the game with it. What?
I have another question. Is it not weird to you that you don't think about Ravenna?
Look, I've said it before. I don't think about the logic of how the game is really structured. I go for tells. That is me and my personality. That's how I play this game. Which is why you're able to get the best of me, Daniel, most of the time. So,
and sadly, we're out of time in the courtroom.
Okay. Out of the game, I'm sorry to you, Josh. I'm sorry, really am.
Alrighty, so we still need 6 to kill Josh. 3, 2, 1. That's only 5. You're still alive.
I nominate Daniel. I think he's a werewolf.
Who do we need to convince to kill Josh? Balash, Abdul, Blake, I guess. Blake.
Sadly, you're out of time.
I thought there was more. I thought there was more vote down than that.
That was 5.
No. Okay.
No. Yeah. 5-5.
All right.
We're done.
Yeah, we ran out of time. Barbie, if you would like to come back from your visit to Guamiville, you finished working on all the bots. All right. Now you can go to sleep too. Interesting first day. No kill. Let's see if that helps or hurts the village. First off, let's get old hag to wake up. Old hag. Who do you want to send out of the village? Thank you. I go to sleep. My witch, wake on up. Who you want to leave your heal potion with tonight? Do you want to use your other power? Alrighty. Think you switch, go back to sleep. Let me get my wolves to wake up. My wolves, who you want to eat tonight? All my wolves. Wolves, is that who you want to choose to? Thank you, wolves, go to sleep. Ravenna, wake on up. Who you want to look at? You want to use your second ability tonight? Thank you, Ravenna, go to sleep. All right, Huntsman, wake on up. I will let you know that Freya's dying tonight. Thank you, Huntsman, go to sleep. Freya, wake on up. What do you want to look at? Oh, wrong one. Alrighty. Let me
So was that the Wolverine noise?
stay muted so I can say what happened last night. All right. First off, nobody decided to leave the village today. I don't know why. Balaj, you find your next door neighbor Flick because she was supposed to come over a slumber party last night and she didn't show up. So you go check her in the morning. You see blood and everything dragged off into the woods. Thank you, Flick, for playing. And then as you walk back, Balaj, as you walk back to your house, you fall over and die. Thank you, Balaj, for playing. Now you can talk.
So does that mean well, no, I guess I'm just trying to figure out what the scenarios are for two people dying.
The witch kill potion.
Okay.
Maybe.
Or the bad seer has also the possibility to
the
kill.
Ravenna. Good kill. Do we know what roles were those two people?
Or at least
I don't think he tells us night deaths.
No, I don't tell you
Do
night
you?
deaths.
No? Okay. The other thing can be the huntsman. If the huntsman sacrifices for Freya, then they can kill, right? That's the other
that's
thing.
true. Yeah.
So I would say I was trusting Flick, so that she has to be one of the werewolf kills or the Ravenna kill. And then Balazs, I don't think he was bad. He was not giving any bad tells or bad.
Are
bad
there
reads.
ways that werewolves can die at night? Like what is a role?
The huntsman can kill a werewolf, right? The huntsman. If they sacrifice for Freya, they kill, and they can kill the.
Wouldn't that happen during the day, like a typical hunter? It's like.
Yeah, I should have clarified that. And it says upon the elimination. So does the elimination happen like it says immediately? So does that mean it happens at night, or does it happen like every other hunter when it happens, where they're eliminated in the morning, even though they were killed at night?
Jugan, would the huntsman kill during the night, or after we wake up during the day?
The huntsman acts like a hunter when they die.
Okay. Okay.
So then it's a safe assumption that anybody who dies in the night is
huntsman died at night, yes, that kill will happen that night.
So not after we wake up. That would mean that it might be a scenario. Then the witch. Did we hear Jugan call a witch? He did. So
witch was called.
That's something that could have happened as well. But I would say, since I believed Flick and Balazs, I think it was a Ravenna kill. And I think Balazs was specifically a werewolf kill, and Flick might have been
I would
Ravenna
say
kill.
because why would you kill Balazs? He was quiet.
Also, there was the sound, no? The scratchy sound?
The target.
What is the scratchy sound? I forgot what the scratchy sound is.
The
Wolverine
is closest to the target.
Let me see. Yeah, Balazs 4. Oh.
And Flick was number
5. She was 5.
So I would say, yeah.
At least they.
I'm definitely now definitely in a way. I think I'm clearing myself here, and I'm gonna be nominating Josh this day again, because I strongly suspect he's a werewolf, and he's the closest, maybe 2 or 3, but I don't think Barbie or Paul are werewolves. So.
Well, that doesn't clear you. That you could still be a wolf, you just weren't near the Wolverine or whatever. I
was gonna say, I think we should let Barbie just talk for a bit because she wasn't part of yesterday. So
no, that was not official nomination, by the way. I'm sorry. He asked me, but so no.
Do you have anything you picked up on or any input you want to make, Barbie, since you weren't part of the conversation?
Well, I mean, I listened to everything. To be honest, I found almost that it was more confusing than the day before. I'm also I was the only person where I was very confident that was good was Flick, who got killed. My suspicion at the moment are, well, Josh for one, and then actually Sasha a little bit, and Blake maybe. I don't know, but like none of them is for me like. Yes, like for sure. I feel like about a lot of people, I'm really wavering. Like the one moment I think they're good, another moment they say something where I'm like thinking that. So I don't know.
For me, got a little confused because actually Balazs was on my list. I was actually going to throw Balazs, and I didn't realize it was a third. I was going to throw Balazs' name out, and so now that he died,
he said nothing though. Why would you be suspicious?
Exactly, because so the werewolves are the talkative people and at least one of the quiet people. That's a theory.
He voted up on Sean,
and then he voted up twice up for werewolves.
I have a theory about that. It's not 100% correct. My thought
we know there's no theory. We know he's good because he died. So.
Well, but it was more than that. I thought he was a good role, and so he was trying to not make himself as much of a target to the wolves by like, look, I'm voting up on a wolf. I don't know what's going on, but he clearly isn't the ultimate good. So,
look, Josh, not thinking about Ravenna. That's 90% being a werewolf, but not Ravenna. That's my point there. That I'm like reading that. That's why I asked. On the other hand, in many of the games before that we have had this in the past. When Jill is good, he has a lot of input into the village.
Well,
Now
I had inputted, so I had Balaz. That's what I was going to give you my suspicions before when we end, which was Balaz, Josh, and Graham. I'm not as suspicious of Graham anymore. I was very suspicious of Balaz. So the 3 names I had, Josh is the only one alive.
And I'll respond.
Graham is not on my list. Graham is not on as much.
I just wanted to say this. This was my point of saying your name, Jill.
I was waiting to the next vote. Somehow I missed the second vote. What happened in the second vote? I thought when we were voting last day, we were still going to the second vote. And then I started talking, and then we were told to sleep. That's when I realized that I missed something.
So I didn't finish my point. My point here was that I think that Blake, knowing who I am, not going against Josh, and I'm like 90% sure that he's... my point here is that I'm 90% that one of Blake or Jill might be Ravenna. That's my...
If I can respond,
so I'm on your 10% then.
I mean, Daniel, I'm going to tell you right now, like, don't read too much into me not thinking of Ravenna, just because there's a lot of roles that could or could not be. Until I find more information, like I wasn't even listening to the roles explanation. Sorry, Julian. It's just to be honest.
I mean, you have the roles right there in the thing, so.
Yeah, and
when you read Werewolf, you don't care about the other roles mainly, and if you're a werewolf, you don't care about Ravenna being in the game because you know.
No, but this game is different.
I always play like this, where I kind of pay attention to the roles. I make sure I know what my role is. I'm a regular villager, so I mean I'm going to look at them all throughout the thing, but I'm not going to keep all of them.
I'm a regular villager. I'm paying attention to every role because I have to do that because I don't have no information.
For Josh.
I'll second.
All right, I got 2 for Josh. What's your reasoning?
If my math is correct, we lost 2 villagers last night, one who voted up, one who voted down. So that's a wash. Barbie's back in the village. She's suspicious of Josh. We have enough people to kill him this time.
Nice.
Daniel?
Yeah. I mean, I've spoke a lot, so I'll just, why. Everybody knows why now, up until now. So.
Alrighty. Going to mute everybody real quick. Josh, go ahead and defend yourself once again.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Daniel is a werewolf. Graham, I was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt, but like I am now very suspicious of you as well. So when I die and I'm a villager, those 2 are at least one of them. I think someone said that it's probably one vocal person and one quiet person. But at least one of those 2 is a werewolf for sure. And I'm sorry, I always play this way where I go after reads and tells more than the way the game is set up. That is how I play werewolf. And so knocking that against me is just not a thing in my mind. And so, I mean, I think you all have to kill Daniel next is what it comes down to. I mean, plain villager, I mean, I understand if you kill me, but it's just a numbers thing. But I think Daniel and then probably someone else.
All right, time for questions. Or to defend it.
Yeah, Abdul.
Is there some reason why you're not looking at the camera when you're saying I'm a villager and I'm not a werewolf? Because your eyes are moving to the side, over, and to the side.
That's where
it looks to me like you're being avoidant when you're lying.
Play with me like 3 more games. You'll see that that's just my setup right now. Guami called me out really early on like, oh, your eyes are flicking about. Like, well, my eyes flicker. So.
No, it's not the looking about. That it's the not looking directly. Yeah, like
I am a villager. I'm a good villager. Like
I have a question. Yeah, is there anyone else you'd like to hear from before or?
I want to hear more about Abdul's suspicions. I want to hear more from Sasha and more from Paul.
Sadly, that's all we have time for his defense. Now we're voting on his life, so we need 5 to kill with this current count. If my math does me correctly. I'm going to wait so I can pause this. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Josh, how you want to die? Like cats like last time?
No. Apparently, I'm getting called out for not reading the roles and thinking about them. So I want to be crushed by books.
Well, how about this? I change it up.
Yeah.
You're reading a book by Jordan View over some cliff. For some reason, the chair you're sitting on is pretty weak, and the glue came undone, and you just fall over and die. Falling to your death. And Daniel and Graham sabotaged that chair.
What was his role?
He was a villager. No, I'm sorry. He was a werewolf. He was a werewolf. I'm sorry, I forgot to say that. I have a habit of doing that. Y'all killed yourselves a werewolf. After one day of no kill. Let me get my old hat to wake up. Who you want to send out of the village today? Think you'll go to sleep. Get my witch to wake up. Who you want to leave your potion with today? Think your witch goes. Oh, witch, do you want to use your other kill potion? Think your witch go sleep. Wolves, wake on up, wolves. Think your wolves go to sleep. Ravenna, wake on up. Think you, Ravenna, go to sleep. Huntsman, wake on up. Once again, I'll tell you if Freya is going to die tonight. Think Huntsman, go to sleep. Freya, wake on up. Freya, you want to look at tonight? Ravenna, wake up. I forgot to ask you, do you want to use your second power tonight? Think you, Ravenna, go to sleep. Y'all wake up from a long plunder of sleep. Almost feel like you're hibernating. Go down and get some breakfast. Everybody shows up to breakfast and eats hearty because nobody died last night.
Anybody old hat? Judah?
I would call it.
Oh, okay.
I think that's tonight. It must be dead already.
Should be, yeah.
Or
So
is the key to use the power because, well, go ahead.
So either the good seer lost the first life, or a curse turned, or a bodyguard protected. Is there any other, or the witch protection?
No, witch protected. There's no bodyguard if I can.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's
the
right.
witch protection could have worked. Freya won life.
I will also say this. Remember the win condition. You'd be out of wolves and all you have is Ravenna left. Or
So can I hear?
No, I don't say. I don't.
Can I hear again from Abdu, and then from Sasha? I just need to talk. Like I need to get a read on Abdu and Sasha, just because I haven't scratched your name from my list, so I still suspect. But I want to just be able to get a read, maybe from Abdu first. I don't want to nominate people right now that I'm suspicious. I just want to make sure that I get a good read of it.
Why would you be suspicious of me?
I'm suspicious of you and Sasha, and I was suspicious of Barbie as well. I was suspicious of one of the quiet people. If I knew you were a werewolf, you'd be nominated by now. So I want to hear from you and Sasha.
Well, you saw me just go for Josh as soon as I.
That is. I've killed a werewolf. So. I've killed a werewolf on my team. I've killed 2 werewolves on my team already playing this game. So that thing doesn't work. Sorry, Abdu.
And there was a.
I'm just surprised why you're so defensive. I just said I want to hear from you.
So defensive. I'm not defensive.
Oh, that's what you said.
You said that you hadn't scratched me off your suspicious list.
Right.
Now someone has to do something to get onto a suspicious list.
So I had like 5 names. And
accidentally putting their thumb down.
Nice one.
I could have kept my thumb down all the way. He was not getting killed. I could just say I decided to vote it down because I didn't vote down. I didn't have to throw suspicion on me retracting my vote on the first thing. It would be less suspicious for me to just leave my thumb down. The whole thing is mute. I don't know why you guys picking on that, but anyway, it's a valid point for you if that doesn't change the find that I would like to hear from you though.
It's more suspicious to me that Abdul is trying to call out Gil for something that happened 2 rounds ago and was clearly an accident when Gil's going after
that was a joke.
And it's funny because I didn't say I was suspicious of you, Abdul. I said I haven't crossed your name out of my people that I'm not suspicious of. You're still on the suspicious list.
What I heard was...
I'm just surprised how defensive you got.
You're still on my suspicious list. That's what I heard.
Oh, you're still... Yeah, everybody that... So I have a suspicious list in order. I put everybody's names in order of a suspicious. Balaz died, Josh. Graham dropped down my suspicious a little bit, right? I'm a little... So you're not on the top of the list, but you're still on my suspicious list, but I can't make any call before I hear talk. I just don't want to get by as a werewolf for the whole game without talking. Because that happens very often.
Can I
either you or Sasha?
Huh? Can I ask you a question, Gil?
Yeah, sure.
Why did you kill Balaz and then went against? He was on my suspicion list, and then
I didn't kill Balaz. I was going to throw Balaz's name out. He died that night. Balaz never got nominated. How would I kill him?
Why would you be suspicious of him? I don't understand that.
That's what I was saying. I had Balaz, Abdu, and Sasha's name on my list. Balaz would be the person that I was going to throw out like I did with Abdu just now. I just think there's quiet people sometimes get by this game without saying anything, being a werewolf. Okay. Do you want to say something? I'm a little suspicious of you. I don't understand how you are still alive on this game. That's part. You're just not high on my list.
Can I answer
You're just not high on my list, Daniel. You're just not high on my list, but you're still not off of my list.
Can you answer that?
No, because you guys didn't let Abdu and Sasha talk first. Okay. I'm not going to answer until I get my one. Why do you guys get to answer? And when I ask, you guys just shut me down.
No, you answered.
That gets frustrated. But my question didn't get answered
yet.
Let's
just let them talk.
No, they've burned 4 minutes. We need to hear from other people.
Never mind. Let nobody needs to talk. I guess what I say doesn't matter.
I just have a thought that I want to address. I have a feeling that Freya might have. I think no death happened because I think Freya might have been attacked because the previous night we had the 2 deaths, which leads me to believe it was the huntsman and their shot. And I think the werewolves picked up that the person they targeted didn't die, so they attacked that person again, and that might have been Freya losing their first life.
Might be, yeah. Quite possible.
Does Ravenna have
if you're Freya and you got attacked, you should come out, I assume. Like, wait, did they...
But if that's the case, we don't really have a way to hit Ravenna twice before Freya gets hit one more time, do we? Unless the old hag is alive and they can send out Freya.
I think the old hag's died. There's 2 nights that nobody's sending out.
I think at this point we have to be thinking about Ravenna.
Paul, what's your role?
Villager.
At this point, guys, we have to be thinking about Ravenna because it's possible that Freya lost alive.
So I just wanted to.
Barbie? What's your role?
I'm sorry. Who did you ask, Graham?
Barbie, what's your role?
I'm not going to say what my role is at this point in time. Because I don't think it would help my team if I did.
How about you, Sasha?
I don't have a role.
Okay.
That's weird because you said in the very first, when you got nominated by Josh in that sort of kamikaze move, you said that you had a role and you didn't want to say what it was.
No, I said I don't know if it's a good idea to say if I have a role yet or not, since it was 10 seconds into the game. And I didn't know if it was...
Okay.
We should not attack Daniel. He was cursed. He's now been turned to a werewolf, I assume, last night. Blake is the Wicked Witch. Paul is indeed a villager, which means we need to kill one of the other four as Ravenna.
Why haven't you checked me yet?
Could you repeat that, Graham? I wasn't...
Blake is the Wicked Witch. Daniel was cursed.
I'm not turned.
Targeted last
I'm not
night.
turned, Graham.
I didn't get any notice about being attacked, so...
Please have this in mind. If I die or whatever happens, go against Gil.
Sure.
But we don't need to bother.
Well,
we don't
no,
need to
I don't
bother
think
with
Daniel would have
you.
turned
I mean,
because...
right now.
Yeah, I'm saying we don't waste our time trying to attack Blake or Daniel. Let them take a shot at me tonight. Then we'll get another shot tomorrow. Hopefully, either the witch.
But Blake can protect. Blake can protect the bad.
No, he's the Wicked Witch. Oh
yeah, but what
he can protect with his voodoo doll thing.
Yes.
I'm not sure if it's a good idea because what if you get attacked? What if you lost a life already, Graham, and then you get killed by the werewolves tonight? I'm not sure if that was a good move.
So either last night Graham was attacked or Daniel was attacked and turned. I don't know.
We have to kill Blake though.
That he lost a life.
Well, the voodoo doll's one use. We would know if we attack Ravenna and they don't die.
But we're keeping him alive. It's better to kill him and eliminate the voodoo doll.
That is true. That is true. Because he gives Ravenna one more shot if he's still alive, and you were sure he's the because you checked him out.
Yeah.
So it's between Abdul, Sasha, and Gil for Ravenna, right?
Or you.
It's not me.
So the huntsman thing did not happen, I suppose. So we should be having the huntsman in, right?
Yes.
No, I think it happened with Balaj and Flick.
I think that was the kill there. That's what I think it happened.
And then last
the two
night,
kills.
either Graham lost a life or Daniel was attacked and turned.
Yeah, so that's my fear. My fear is that what happens between Balaz and Flick was the huntsman, and now Graham came out, and Ravenna can kill him. That's why I didn't think it was a good idea for Graham to come out right now.
Graham, you lost me the game, dude.
We'll see.
I'm gonna be turned tomorrow.
I don't think you're going to be turned because I think you're already turned, and I think they're going to kill Graham.
I'm not. Gil,
but even if
they
you
don't
have
need to
not
bother
turned,
with Daniel. They don't need to bother with Daniel.
You're Ravenna, Blake is the witch. That's it. That's my.
You don't have to. They don't even have to bother if you haven't turned Daniel because they're going to kill
Guys,
Graham.
2 minutes. Let's come up with a plan here.
The werewolf's going to kill Graham, and the game's going to end. That's what I was saying.
If they turn me, then I lose the game, though. Why did you tell that? Come on.
No, they won't. They won't turn you because it makes
Gil
no
or
sense.
Sasha? Graham, Gil or Sasha? What do you think?
You can kill me. It's fine. I just think if Blake,
yeah, let's do Gil.
Nominate Gil.
He doesn't die. He's Ravenna. That's it.
Go ahead. Nominate him first, and then I will do me because it seems I can't
nominate
talk.
Gil.
Nominate so I can talk.
I nominated Gil.
All right.
Hold on.
I'll second.
I have order here. Daniel, you need a second because somebody was second. So I think it was Barbie and Graham that nominated. All right, so Barbie, give your reasoning.
I actually wrote last night Ravenna ? Behind Gil. I'm not sure, but I think I would try him first. And well, whether we need to kill Blake before that or after, I'm not sure about because of the voodoo doll thing. But
you'll know now. But
It's my understanding that the voodoo doll is a one-time use, so Blake will save him now if he's Ravenna. I go back to Barbie when you were pointing out, I think it was you that pointed out, Josh was basically hiding that Gil had also voted up. He called out, I remember, it was like the first day where it was Daniel and someone else that he called out, and he forgot to mention Gil. So that's where I felt like it was a werewolf protecting Ravenna.
Alrighty. Gil, go and defend yourself.
First, I was the one who brought up. Nobody saw that I vote him out. I was the one who brought up that I vote him up, but that's fine. It seems I can do no right. But even if I was Ravenna, it makes no sense for you guys to kill me today. Because if you are sure that Blake is the Wicked Witch, he would protect me, and then you come the night, Graham would get killed. All right, you know what? You can just kill me. Even if I was Ravenna, I wouldn't die now if Blake is the Wicked Witch, which is just, I think you guys are losing this game. I think it's between Abdul and Sasha, but you're welcome. If I was Ravenna, I was going right now, I would say, I'm Ravenna, kill Graham tonight, we won. But unfortunately, I'm not.
All right, any time for questions for the defendant?
Why did you say you've lost the game instead of we?
Well, because right now, it seems it doesn't matter that I'm on the village team. Everybody's playing against me.
It seems like now.
Okay. Just think about it. Just think about it. If I was Ravenna.
Okay, so it seems like a good time. Maybe you should tell us your role then. If
I have no role. That's my problem.
Question.
Yeah.
Okay, what is your role?
I don't have a role. That's the problem. If I had a role, I would be cleared now. And I'm surprised Graham didn't check me.
You were next on my list, but I did the math. If I wasn't attacked last night, then I needed to come out now because, yeah.
If I was Ravenna, why wouldn't I come out now and just tell Werewolf, kill Graham tonight? We won the game.
All right, that's it. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 in the village, so we need 5 to kill. Right, yep. 3, 2, 1. Four to 4. Still alive.
It's he's Ravenna. Blake,
my vote's
You
not
guys
on.
did the right thing.
I just wanted a little more time because I've been
Sasha's the werewolf, by the way.
between Sasha and Abdul for Ravenna, but I could be.
Sasha is a werewolf.
Yeah, I think that too, and I think Gil is Ravenna. Also based on what he was saying.
So it seems like we only need to convince Paul. I mean, Blake's gonna vote up.
Yeah, Paul, come on.
What? I don't understand. I just wanted somebody to explain why we're not killing Blake. That's all I want to understand.
Because
we don't get information from that.
But Blake is protecting Ravenna one time.
I'm a villager.
Yeah, but we get information. If the kill doesn't go through, then we know you are Ravenna. If we kill Blake, we don't get that information. So we might as well just disable the doll by trying.
We would have lost the game. If I was Ravenna and got killed, we would have lost the game.
37 seconds. I nominate Gil.
I second.
I will second.
We did that. Somebody else needs to do it.
Yeah.
Paul, you have to
I second. Let's get done with it.
All right. So, who nominated Gil first?
It was Barbie.
Barbie.
Was it me?
Okay.
And then Abdul second.
Do you want me to ask again why, or you just want to go straight into defense?
No, let's go.
All right. Defend yourself, Gil.
I think I said everything. I just gonna let the game run, so that's fine. I actually lived longer than I was expecting on this game.
Alrighty. Any questions for? Any questions? No. Okay. Make sure everybody's muted. Alrighty. So again, we still need 5 to kill. 3, 2, 1. Okay, 4, 5. So you bring killed down the gallows. So certain he's evil. You burn him at the stake. He appears dead, and he just walks off. It's an interesting day. Interesting discussions. Let's get old Hag to wake up. Old Hag. Who do you want to send out tonight? You old Hag, go to sleep. Get my witch to wake up. Do you want to leave your potion for tonight? Thank you. Do you want to use your kill potion tonight? You can witch, go to sleep. To get my wolves to wake up. My wolves. You want to munch on tonight? You wolves, go to sleep. Ravenna, wake on up. What do you want to look at tonight? Ravenna, wake on up. Ravenna, go to sleep. Huntsman, Huntsman, wake on up. Freya, wake on up. Thank you, Freya, go to sleep. All right. Real bloody night last night. Real bloody night. Oh. Again, Barbie was supposed to come over for like brunch or hang out with you in the morning, but you decided you go check. She didn't show up. Go check her house. Find her mauled to death. But also, she had a sleepover on. She had Gil over. But in her panic, killed Gil. And Gil was Ravenna. Village wins.
Sasha, who did you kill?
Barbie, you were the huntsman, right?
Sasha, who?
As always, I'm going to debrief everybody so y'all don't play the guessing game. So, Josh was the Wolverine. Barbie was the huntsman. Paul was villager. Balaj was the witch, which was poisoned by the wicked witch the first night. So, I rolled the dice, you would die in 2 days. So that's why you had a second kill that night. Or that morning, I should say. Flick was the disease. That's why the wolves didn't get a kill that next night. Graham was Freya. Abdul was the villager. Blake was Wicked Witch. Daniel was the village / curse. He used curse, but he didn't know he was cursed. But that's the first person that Graham looked at. So I debated whether to show villager or not, but I said I showed her that role, so I showed cursed. Sasha was a wolf cub, and every time I played wolf cub, this last wolf alive. Gary was old Hag, which died night 1. Sean was the werewolf, and Gil was Ravenna. So That's why you had 2 kills that night, because Balazs was poisoned and Flick was killed.
Why did Graham didn't die that night?
Because you took
because
one of his
I was alive.
Yeah.
Oh, so as long as that's why I
You
misunderstood.
like that he has them again, all of them.
That was.
And I knew.
Wow.
And I knew that when I was when I was alive and Graham was alive, what was going to happen at night. So I actually wrote you down already before we went to sleep because I knew that you were going to try to kill Graham.
See,
I was going to be the one who would killed, and
yeah, I misunderstood that. Otherwise, I would have now used my power on Graham. I would have used it on somebody else. Yeah, that was my mistake. I didn't read the role well.
No, Graham has 2 lives from night kills. Barbie is just there when he does have any extra lives.
So he has more. So he has 2 plus as many as Barbie is alive.
Plus
whatever Barb.
Yeah, but Barbie died,
but that's why I said. Yeah, that's why I said. Like if I had made the math, I misread on the paper here. I would have killed Barbie instead of Graham and just like hope that the werewolves would pick up on Graham. I killed Graham because I misunderstood Barbie's role on the huntsman. I didn't know it was Barbie's. I just thought I misunderstood the huntsman.
I was suspecting that Barbie was the old hag because I thought she sent herself out night 1 because that's a common old hag
I
strat.
thought people might think that.
So that's why I was thinking Barbie could send Graham out if she is in fact the old hag. But no, that ended up working.
I still think that's it's very strong for the villagers.
With Balazs and Flick dying, basically either the witch had to still be alive or the huntsman had to still be alive. Admittedly, I didn't do the math far enough. I just realized, and then when I went to sleep that last night, I realized like if Gil doesn't get killed tonight, the bad people have the majority of the village. So that was the only way to get him.
Yeah, I thought we had one because I thought I'd have taken one of your lives and then you had only one more lives. And I thought Barbie only gets to protect you one time. And that's why you didn't die the first time. Yeah, that's why I even messaged you and I was a little confused. I misunderstood the way the roles worked.
Yeah, all I said is, I know.
Yeah.
Did you stay on the keep, Daniel?
I should have just told the village, check your messages in case I sent you a message. That's pretty all I should have said.
Well, that is what happened. You said, everyone check your messages. So I looked at my messages, and then you said, because I've sent all the werewolves a message, and I was like, oh, okay. So I looked away from my message.
I just shouldn't have said the werewolves at all. I completely forgot.
I look at my message, and I wasn't a werewolf.
Well, I actually saw the message from you, Jugan, before you said that. It was like 2 minutes before. I responded, thank you. I replied back to you, and I actually got a work text that I was checking when that all happened. So, yeah. The timing was unfortunate.
Yeah, I was confused. Like, I was like, shoot, what did I mess up because I didn't know who Ravenna was? I was like, oh no, I missed it. I slept too long. I was like, I overslept or something.
Standing at the cross.